During the 2020 lockdowns, Kelly and I made this podcast to talk about the movies that we love while bored at home. We tried so many different ways to record and edit, but found it difficult and we experienced some bad sound quality until we found Zencaster. It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencaster. Log in using your browser and start recording a high quality podcast right away. Record studio quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Feel a sense of zen knowing Zencaster's multi-layered backups ensure you always have your recordings in the highest quality, even if the connection is unstable. If you have thought about podcasting before and realized that you need a lot of different tools and services, those days are over. With Zencaster's all-in-one podcasting platform, you can create your podcast all in one place and distribute to Spotify, Apple, and other major destinations. So go to Zencaster.com/pricing and use our code SYTYI, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencaster paid plan. We want you to have the same easy experiences we do for all of our podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story.
Hey guys, you've heard us talk about how we want to live our lives in balance with our hectic work lives to getting a workout in and treating our bodies better. I've been changing my routine up at the gym and getting myself to eat better. And one thing I'm adding is liquid IV. In one stick, I'm getting 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than if I drank water alone. It's great for those tough workouts where I need an extra boost or when I'm feeling a little run down after a long day at work. I love how on the go this packaging is. I throw a few in my gym or my work bag, and it takes up zero space. And the taste is amazing. Since it's summertime, I'm reaching more for strawberry lemonade. And with other great summer flavors like watermelon and guava, there's something for everyone. And it's not just the flavor that will have you grabbing for more. Like I said, Liquid IV contains 5 essential vitamins like B3, B5, B6, and B12, and vitamin C. And it's made with premium ingredients. So, if you want to up your hydration game this summer, get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use our code SYTYI at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using our code SYTYI at liquidiv.com.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to So You Think You're Iconic, the movie podcast. How you been, Kelly?
I'm all right. I'm
Okay.
okay. I'm enjoying this atmospheric river that we're getting.
Oh, I'm not. But like we
I know
all
you're not.
know, I get tired of the rain fairly quickly.
Yeah.
I'm a born and raised Californian. I get I get tired of the rain very quickly. But it's
Yeah.
fine.
Because
It's
I
fine.
mean,
I understand. We need rain.
we
Yada
do.
yada yada. Droughts. Yada yada yada. I get it.
Yada 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 the planet.
Yada
Whatever.
yada yada. Forest fires. Yada yada yada. I get it. Okay. Rain good, sun bad. I get it. But guess what? It doesn't matter because that creepy little thing came out of the ground and was like, spring is coming early.
Yes, it did. Why did you call Phil a creepy little
Because
thing?
he's a creepy little thing. I'm so sorry. Those things are weird. Groundhogs scare
He's a
me. What
he's a
even
little
are they?
groundhog.
What even are they?
He's a sleepy little boy.
They just look like giant rats. I don't like it.
I
Let's
mean,
start using
true,
something
but
cuter. Let's start using capybaras. Those are cute. Let's use those.
so if Carl the capybara sees his shadow,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Much cuter. It rolls off the tongue better. Like, let's do that.
Okay, all right. We're gonna just
Didn't
change
one
the whole
year?
Groundhog
Didn't
Day.
one year it was dropped and like died? I swear that
What?
happened. Did that not happen one year?
I don't remember that.
Like someone dropped the groundhog and it died. I
I
feel like
don't
that
know.
happened.
Is
I
that
feel like that.
true?
I feel like that happened.
I remember a couple
Cause like
years
why?
ago
Cause like why would I
when they
make that
said
up?
I know you wouldn't, but like I remember like a couple years ago them saying that like one of the other groundhogs died because there's other groundhogs other than Poxitani Phil. Are you googling it? Because I have to know if that's real. Because
I'm
I'm
googling
about to
it.
feel awful. Oh my gosh. Imagine you being the Poxitani Phil killer on Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day 2024 marks 10 years since Bill de Blasio, I guess that's the old mayor of New
Old
York,
Phil. Yeah.
dropped Staten Island Chuck. So maybe it wasn't like the big one, but like, yeah, one was dropped.
Oh my gosh, no! That makes me so sad. Dang, so that happened in 2014. Oh,
Oh,
I
it
feel
wasn't
so
Chuck
bad.
though. It was a stand-in named Charlotte. But
Oh,
yeah,
but
she died.
still.
But yeah, she died.
And it
Oops.
was a stand-in.
R.I.P. Girly. I think that was like an episode
Oh.
of CSI.
That's
not not
foul.
no not with a groundhog, but I think it was like a
Not with
pop
a
star or
groundhog.
something. Like a pop star had like a stand-in for a show, and then the stand-in got murdered. I feel like that was an episode
Oh,
of CSI.
that probably was. CSI has gone through everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, R.I.P. Charlotte.
R.I.P. Charlotte, this episode is dedicated to you.
Dedicated to you, Shirley.
I hope you're living your best life
In
somewhere else.
Groundhog Heaven.
In Groundhog Heaven. You sleep in that hole, girl.
You ain't ever gotta wake up.
You never got away. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
But yeah, you were
And other
saying.
yes, and other non-groundhog related news. I'm enjoying the rain.
Mhm,
Um, I'm vibing with it. 1 week, well, not 1 week from now, but like almost a week from now,
mhm.
my little girl's gonna be 4.
Oh,
And by little girl, I mean my dog. I don't have a human child.
no.
She'll
At
be
least
four
not one
years
that I'm
old.
aware of.
No, I know. You would know. You would know if I had a child. But yeah, my baby's gonna be 4. Mm,
Okay.
makes me sad. Oh, yeah, she's gonna be 4. I need to go get her a little dog cake so we can celebrate. Her birthday's on Friday.
Oh, you're one of those people.
Well, I get her a special little treat. And like I call it a cake because they include like a little happy birthday like little pic you can put in it. So that's what I like call her
Hmm.
cake. So I get her one of those or I get her one of the dog ice creams from
Oh,
PetSmart.
I don't even do that. Quite literally couldn't even tell you my dog's birthdays.
Do you know how old they are though?
No idea.
Okay.
But these aren't even really my
They've just been
dogs, so
here.
these aren't even really my dogs, so it doesn't even matter.
Jordan, at this point, they are your dogs.
I mean, I'm the only person really taking care of them, so yes, but I didn't pick them. So
They just showed up one day.
in my mind, yeah, my mom just like showed up one day. She's like, "We're gonna go get a dog," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" So, yeah, not mine.
And the owner for one of the dogs doesn't even live
Is
at the
never
house.
here. Hmm.
uh, I
I'm
mean, yeah,
sorry.
we
My
weren't.
my dog my dog died like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Don't know what to tell. Damn, has it been 2 years? Almost,
I feel.
almost two
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
almost 2 years.
yeah. So I don't really have a dog. So I haven't really been paying attention.
We only started paying attention to our dog's birthdays when our other dog started getting really old. So I think we started celebrating when he hit 13, 14.
Mm, okay.
Because we're like, oh my gosh, we've never had a dog live this long. So we started getting him little like special treats from PetSmart and stuff.
How long? How
So
old
yeah.
was Diamond? I got her what, 8th grade, maybe 7th grade. Let's say
Oh,
seven to be safe.
so you're like what, 13, 14?
Maybe older.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm thinking like 14.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
Like from like a puppy or no?
yeah, from like a puppy.
Hmm.
But
So
yeah,
she was like, what?
I don't ask me about dog ears.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how that system works.
Well, I mean, in like human years, that's how I go. I don't try to calculate
In
all the
human
dog
years, she
years.
was 14, 14,
Okay.
maybe 15, something around there.
Well,
Dog ears, don't ask me. I
yeah,
don't know the conversion rate. I don't care. It doesn't even make any sense.
yeah. I've heard the conversion rate is 7, and then you like go talk to a vet, and they're like, "Well, it's more between this and this, and then it depends on your dog." I'm like, "Okay, so I'll never know how old my
So I'll
dog
never
actually is.
know.
That's great."
Hmm. We're
She's
just gonna,
4, so
yeah,
that in human years, so that's what I'm gonna
yeah. We're just
calculate.
going with human years.
Yeah,
Anybody doing all that? I don't need
right.
to.
She
I
lives in a
don't feel
human
like.
household.
Yeah, I'm not getting like a degree in mathematics to figure out how old my dog is. Like,
Right.
I'm not doing all of that.
Exactly. No, I'm good. Thanks, though.
Okay. Anything else
Uh,
happening or happened?
um. Oh, surprise! I'm coming back in like 2 weeks.
I think you already told us that, or told me that at least.
Yeah,
Yeah. I feel like I knew that.
yeah.
Yay.
I'm
And we're
coming out for my
going
brother's
out.
birthday.
Yeah.
I'll even see if one of my cousins wants to go out with us. I'll
Absolutely.
ask for you
Mm-hmm. Yes, she will.
because
Also, Kelly is going to go to Mexico in March, and she will be taking me with her because it's Black History Month, and it would be
and
racist
he also
otherwise.
yeah
I'll be nice and I won't
yeah
make you pay for me, but like
okay.
you have to bring me with you.
I'll buy. You know what? I'll buy you your drinks.
Works for me, even though she said it was an all inclusive.
Well, if we go, like, if we ever leave, which we wouldn't
Okay.
need to, but
Okay.
if we ever
Yeah.
want to leave and go somewhere else,
Hmm.
because I've never been to an all inclusive,
Oh.
so I don't even know how that even feels.
Um. Have I been? No, I've never been. I just feel like it's just like on a cruise, except you don't have to. Okay. So I went on a cruise with a like drink package. So I feel like it'll just be
Mm.
like that. Like you
So
just
you
go
just,
around, eat whatever you want, and then you just go to a bar, ask them for what you want to drink, you get it, and then if you want to tip, you can. If you don't, you don't.
huh, that feels so strange.
Yeah, I always tipped. I would tip like
Yeah,
$2 or $3. I was like, I feel bad not tipping.
yeah, like it feels strange not having to pay for something.
You know,
Like I feel like there should be somewhere I should put money.
but like, do I have to bring cash to this thing, or can I just be like charge $2 to the room, and then I just give,
Right,
and then at the end I just add up all of my tipped amounts and just give the money to whoever has their card on the room.
right. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
All
But yeah, just let
right.
me know the deets. Let people know I'm coming.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll
And
let them
yeah,
know.
hmm it's there are no after when you come, there are no more like federal holidays for 2 months.
Yeah,
So I need something to like break that up.
right.
I need
Because there's no way I am working all
two
that time
months,
without a
two
break.
months straight, no break.
Right. I will literally go insane.
Hmm. I'm already going insane. So like,
True.
when it's my turn to speak about my week, I can't wait to tell y'all how I'm doing.
Oh, well, go ahead then. Go ahead.
This week was rough. It,
Mm.
it was pretty rough. By Wednesday, I wanted to start crying.
No.
Wednesday was a bad day. If I'm gonna be completely honest, Wednesday was the worst day, but
Mm.
it wasn't really great throughout the week. Wednesday was awful because I had a million emails to answer on top of the work that I had to do. Plus, they kept adding work to my workload, and then they
Mm.
started asking me to help out another program at my job. And I was like, y'all,
Take a chill pill.
calm down. Like, we're not curing cancer.
Right.
You have like 2 weeks to go through this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need me. But I did it anyway. It was very hard.
Mm.
I think I left 15 minutes early instead of taking my break on Wednesday.
As you should. Yeah.
And then Thursday was pretty busy. Friday was pretty chill. Mostly because it was a work
Good.
from home day, but still pretty chill nonetheless. I watched Grey's Anatomy. They finally gave us like a workload like target. I hit that
Mm.
before 10 a.m. So the rest of the day I was kind of just like meandering through my work. So
Y'all need to chill
yeah, like
because
I'm just a boy.
yeah.
I'm a teenage boy trapped in a man's body. I just need y'all to like treat me accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all I ask.
Yeah. Also, I have been doing my echelon classes. It's been going well,
Yay.
except for one day they tried to kill me. Oh my god, what was that? Was it Friday?
I
I feel like it was
think it
Friday.
was Friday.
I did a little cute 45-minute intervals and arms. I was like, okay, we'll get through this. It'll be fine. I've been trying to like step my way up from like the 30s to the 40 back to the 45s.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did it.
That's
Why
a
were
jump.
all why were all of the yeah, that extra 15 minutes actually makes a difference.
You feel it.
Um why were all the intervals like Tabata? I was like, hold up,
Yeah.
hold, like I can't breathe, and then you're like, you get to rest when it's the arm section. I'm like, that's not resting.
Yeah, it's not resting. And always, whenever you do some instructors, when you do the arm section, they're like, I want you to still keep your legs moving at this pace. I'm just like, uh,
Oh,
how
really? I feel like all the instructors I use are like, stop your legs, and I'm like, thank God.
there was a few where I did intervals and arms and they were like, yeah, I want your resistance really light, but I still want your cadence at this level. And I'm like,
Oh,
why?
absolutely not. I'm not doing that. But yeah, tried to take me clean out. By the end of that
Mm.
ride, I literally sat on my couch and just stared. I was just like, I can't breathe.
Reevaluated your whole life.
Hmm. What else did I do? Yesterday, I made some vodka rigatoni. What is it?
Pasta.
Pasta. It came out pretty bland, so I'm gonna have to use
Mm.
another recipe the next time because I like a little oomph
Yeah.
to my stuff.
You know what? I gotta send you all my recipes on TikTok too. Because I sent him some from Instagram that I'd saved, but I saved more from TikTok.
Hmm. So yeah, and then if it and then little side thing, if anyone knows like of any stretches that can like really stretch out my upper back, let me know because my upper back is like super tight.
God, we sound old.
Also, since working out, like I hurt a lot more.
Same.
Like my right ankle has been hurting for like a week. My
Hmm.
knees finally stopped hurting. Like they don't hurt anymore, but like they were hurting.
Yeah.
And then like my upper back just constantly feels tight.
Yeah. My shoulders feel awful. My wrist, like, it's been like this for like 2 weeks. Like, if I try to turn things and it needs like a little more force than like opening a door, then I immediately get a bunch of pain in my
Oh my
like right here
god,
on the
Kelly,
side of my
what is
wrist.
happening?
We're literally falling apart. We're
we're
not even
literally
that old.
we're literally sitting here trying to work out so that we don't fall apart. It is making us fall apart. What is happening?
Right. I I'm so scared. I don't know what's going on here.
But
Ugh.
yeah, let us know of any like stretching or like maybe even like massage places we can go to get these things
Yeah.
worked out. Cause this is not fun.
It's not. It hurts.
It
I don't
hurts.
I'm trying not to hurt.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why I'm working out, so that like when I'm older, I'm not like walking around groaning and
Right.
not able to like lift boxes or whatever.
Right.
Super annoying. What is happening? Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Why are you even walking your dog right now? It is pouring rain.
What's happening?
I guess someone's like dog saw something that made it upset and it started barking, and I was like, "Why are you even outside?
Oh,
Like it's super windy, it's cold, it's raining, and it's not even like light rain. Like it's raining.
it's pouring, yeah.
Insane." But yeah, that's it for me this week, Kelly. So
Okay.
you can go ahead and tell them about our movie this week.
All right. So this week we are talking about Happy Feet. I totally forgot about this movie. The only reason why it like came back into my brain was because I took a flight um last month and it was on one of the free movies. I was like, Happy Feet.
All the free movies, and you chose this one.
Yes. Well, because it's been a long time since I've seen Happy Feet. All the other movies I'd seen pretty recently, and so I was like, let's watch something else. And I found Happy Feet.
Okay. When I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I came to like out there for you, I watched Elvis, and like I kind of fell asleep. Like it was kind of boring. So maybe if I'd
Mm,
watched Happy Feet, maybe I would have not have fallen asleep.
yeah,
Who knows?
yeah. So we do start this movie out with a bunch of mashup of songs that's like happening in the background, and we
Who
come
taught these
from
penguins?
space,
Who taught these
huh?
penguins these songs?
Right. Like what radio are y'all listening to?
Like they're singing "Kiss" by Prince.
Hmm.
How did I learn that?
Right. Who heard that and brought it back?
Hmm.
But we end up in Antarctica where uh, Norma Jean, one of the penguins, is singing her love song. But no one can match her in their little penguin colony until she stumbles upon Memphis, and Memphis is Elvis, essentially.
Elvis. Yeah.
But they find each other, and eventually they make an egg together. And Memphis and the other men are tasked with protecting their eggs as the women go out to get fish. It's a harsh winter, and as the men huddle for warmth, they praise the great one, Gwyn, because they've got religion,
Hmm. Of course.
um, of course. But Memphis gets distracted and he drops his egg, and
Hmm.
so he rushes to keep it warm.
Yeah. Mumble was
And
essentially dropped on his head as a baby.
yes, he was
Hmm.
dropped at birth. And he makes sure that nobody notices because that's like the number one thing, you can't drop your egg. So when the sun returns and the ice thaws, the babies start to hatch, and Memphis's egg is late. And when he's checked on by Maury,
Don't ask
don't know
me.
that man's name.
Kelly, don't you know
Um,
names? Don't
mm.
ask me.
And his daughter Gloria go and check on him, and eventually Mumble is able to break out of his egg. By the way, Gloria names Mumble, not
Hmm.
Memphis.
Yeah. She's like, his name is Mumble. He's like, that's insane. She's like, Mumble, Mumble, Mumble. He's like, okay, come here, little Mumble.
Right. So I fine. This 15-minute-old child is gonna name my child. That's great. Um, but when Mumble finally breaks out of his egg, he keeps moving his feet, and everyone's like, "That kid's odd.
Hmm. He's
What's
a
going
little
on with
off.
him?" Um, Days later, as the men wait for the women to return, Mumble is instructed to stay still with Memphis because Memphis doesn't want Norma Jean seeing his little happy feet. But when the women are announced that they are close, Mumble goes running for his mom. Memphis looks for Mumble and runs into Norma Jean instead. And when Mumble finally shows up, she notices that his feet are different too, but she thinks it's endearing. She thinks it's cute.
Hmm. I also think it's a little kinky that his parents called themselves Mama and Daddy, and not like in like a cute like
Nah.
kid way. Like they were
Mm-mm.
calling each other that before
Mm-hmm.
the baby was even thought of.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
fact that they've kept it up
Mhm.
and not in front of a child.
Mhm. Love that for them.
Love that for them, you know? Whatever floats your boat.
You gotta spice up your life somehow.
So we see the penguins go to school, and their teacher Viola teaches them about their heart songs and how they're unique to each penguin. The kids tried a bunch of songs, but when Mumble tries, he just squawks and is made fun of. Um, because he can't sing, Memphis and Norma Jean have like a parent teacher conference. And when the topic of incubation was brought up, Memphis fails to mention that he dropped the egg.
I fail to see how that really affected that much,
Yeah, I
but it does. Also, Mumble being told by a grown woman that he isn't a real penguin is crazy.
no, seriously.
Like she was literally in front of a whole bunch of kids, and she was
Mm-hmm.
like, "What's a penguin without a heart song?" And I was like, "Whoa!"
Right. Like, girl, you shouldn't
I'm
be saying
like,
that in front of all the
I'm
kids
like,
like that.
I'm like, girl, he has a heart song. He just can't sing.
Right. It's fine.
Yeah.
He's gonna feel out his heart song some other way. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
But it is suggested by Viola that Mumble be brought to Mrs. Astrakhan because she's like some miracle worker for her voice. And when she tries to get him to sing, he just starts to dance instead. And when she finally does get him to sing, he just squawks. And so he is deemed unteachable
Hmm. After one lesson.
after one lesson,
One
after
lesson.
like 5 minutes in total with this
Hmm.
person. After that, Mumble says that he wants to start working with his parents because he thinks he can't go back to school because he was just told he was unteachable. But Memphis says that he has to get his education. So Mumble then skips school and practices his dance, but is confronted by a group of birds who want to eat him since they can't find any fish. Mumble tries to distract him with his dancing, but it fails until he asks about the plastic bracelet that's on one of the bird's legs. The bird then launches into this huge story about his abduction by aliens, and he was poked and prodded, and they put the bracelet on him. While they're distracted, Mumble manages to escape by falling into a crack that they can't reach him in.
Mumble is so relatable. He literally almost died.
Yeah.
He started crying for a second and then immediately kept it moving. I was like, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because in this economy, you only got time to cry for like 5-10 minutes tops, and then you gotta pack
Hmm.
it up and get
You
going.
gotta, you gotta keep going.
You gotta keep going. Sorry, Mumble.
Been there.
Been there. So Mumble does eventually get back to class, but he just sits at the back of the class and doesn't participate. A while later, the penguins graduate and are allowed to go fish at sea, except for Mumble, because I guess whatever council governs this colony said that he couldn't graduate because he can't sing, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, but after the ceremony, Norma Jean encourages Mumble to go join the rest of the penguins. She's all like, "You're in my eyes, you've graduated. Whatever, just go
Yeah.
join the rest of your
Go
class."
to their grad bash. Have fun.
Yeah. Um, Mumble rushes to catch up with them, and everyone who notices him tries to walk faster away from him. But he manages to catch up, and as everyone waits on the edge of a big iceberg, he just flies off and into the water, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's dead."
Yeah.
Um, but when he pops up out of the water, everyone sees he's fine, so they all jump into. Everyone starts to look for fish, and some guys start to go after Gloria, but they end up swimming together. And when he goes to confess that he likes her, a group of fish shows up. Gloria doesn't manage to get one, and when Mumble tries to give it to her, a group of birds steals it and he races after them.
That was hilarious.
Mumble, I know, Mumble fights. The fact that those birds were able to keep the fish and Mumble in the air,
Mm-hmm.
insane.
Insane.
Uh, but Mumble fights them in the air for the fish, and he is eventually dropped with the fish, and Gloria finally takes it from him. Later at the grad party, Gloria and the rest of the penguins are singing, and when Mumble tries to join in, she's all like, "You're embarrassing me.
Right?
Please
She's like,
stop."
she literally stops the song. She's like, Mumble, no, no,
Yeah.
no. Why
No,
don't you
no,
sit
no.
this one
The
out?
yeah. She's like, "Baby, I love the energy, just not right
Mm-hmm.
now." um, and so he is forced to a small patch of ice by himself that's very far away from the rest of the penguins.
Which is so mean, because, like, he didn't have
It's
to do
so
that.
mean. He didn't.
He just needed to not sing.
Yeah, he could have just stood at the edge, but they're like, no. I mean, but if you do hear the other penguins, one of them told him to jump off an iceberg.
True.
I'm like, girl. So the next day he wakes up by himself on the ice block. And when it starts to move, he thinks it's the other penguins, but it's a sea lion that starts to chase him. He manages to barely escape and runs into a group of other penguins run by Ramon. And he eventually follows them back to their colony because they're a different type of penguin.
Yeah.
And they're having this huge party. He learns that they court by having love stones that they use to build the nest. So they don't sing to get a mate, they got to build a house to
Yeah.
attract the honeys. um, but Ramon and his crew, they're not particularly interested in making their love nests. So they just go around dancing with Mumble instead.
Yeah, they just flirt with girls and then just do whatever they want.
Which
Kind of
honestly,
iconic.
yeah, iconic. You're not ready to settle down? That's fine.
They're like, I am not ready for a baby.
Well, I'm
Also,
not ready to
love
that
that
commitment.
Mumble left home and found some friends because the Emperor Penguins had him all fucked up. Like, they
Oh
were
yeah.
not
They
at the
hated
right
that man.
for no reason.
I know, like you would think there would be at least one person in his whole colony that's like, I'll be your friend.
Yeah.
No.
Like, how does me not being able to sing affect you in any way?
Right. Like I have other qualities about me other than the fact that I can't sing. Insane. So as they're going around dancing, they decide to go down a huge ledge that creates an avalanche and reveals a piece of machinery that catches Mumble's attention.
What was that
And
thing?
what it
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 started
looked like one of
leaking.
those like
It
it
started.
looked like one of those big claw things.
It started leaking oil, and I was like, "Are they drilling for oil in Antarctica? Is that legal?" But maybe it
Mm,
wasn't. I don't know
it
what they
looked
were
like
doing.
one of those big claw things from like construction areas
Okay,
to me. I don't know what it is.
whatever that thing is. Yeah.
Yeah. um and when Mumble catches up with the rest of the group, he has so many questions about it. And Ramon suggests that they go see Lovelace, the guru. So they join the long line of people waiting to see Lovelace. And when it's Mumble's turn, he offers his pebble, which is like the payment for a question. He asks about the plastic quote unquote collar that's around Lovelace's neck.
Hmm.
It's one
It's
of those,
like 6 pack plastic
yeah, the things that
thingies
come off a 6 pack.
that they want us to cut for the turtles now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but he said it was given to him by the mystic beings, and that's why he's a guru now. But Mumble has so
Lovelace
many.
is a pure mess. A pure,
Yeah.
a pure mess. First off, he's a charlatan. Love that for him. Secondly, he's like walking around saying incoherent sentences. Like at one point, he just goes humana humana. Love
Yeah.
that for him.
Love
And
it.
then like he's just chilling with all the ladies because
Yeah.
since he asks people for pebbles, he just has like a giant stack of pebbles.
Hmm.
And so I guess that makes him attractive to all the other female
Hmm.
penguins. So I
He's
kind of
got like
love
a
that for him.
mansion.
Hmm.
He's got a mansion in terms of like that colony's love language.
Hmm. Good for
And the
him.
girls are into it.
Yeah.
So good for him, actually. So Mumble starts to ask too many questions, and it causes Lovelace to lose it for a second. But then he's all like, I need a moment to myself, and announces that it's mating season. I don't know if he controls the colony or what, but he announces it's mating season, and everyone's like, I bet.
Hmm. I thought that was just like a genetic thing, but I
Yeah,
guess it's whoever's in charge just decides.
right. That would be scary if that was like a human thing too.
Yeah. We all just get
Terrifying.
together one day, someone goes outside and just screams, "It's mating season."
I'm locking my doors. I'm working
Right.
from home.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I can't be caught outside.
No, I am
Like
Uber Eats.
give me like a week's heads up so I can like
Right. So I can
stock up on
stockpile.
food.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. Because if I don't, then the Uber Eats and those whatever the grocery one is where you can get your groceries delivered, it's gonna be
Hmm.
expensive.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going outside.
I'm like, leave it at the door. Go
Yeah,
downstairs, leave
leave
it
it
at the door. Leave it at the door.
at the door, and then I'll come out in like 10 minutes, just to make sure you're not waiting outside.
Hmm.
So everyone, even Ramon's crew, was like, it's mating season. Uh, and so they asked Mumble about his colony, and he's all like, "Oh yeah, we don't do the love stones. We've got a love song." And when they ask him about his girl, he's all like, "There is someone I like, but I can't sing, so I can't get with her," which is so dumb.
Hmm.
Um, but Ramon says that he has a plan. So back at Mumble's colony, Gloria is going around singing her love song, but can't find anyone to vibe with until Mumble shows up, quote unquote, singing, but it's actually Ramon singing behind him.
Yeah.
Um, and he is eventually caught.
Of course.
Yeah, because there's no way he's just gonna go from no singing to that.
Like you can't just be a lip syncer and think you're just gonna get away with that.
Right. Mumble then begs Gloria to keep singing, and he starts to dance to her song, which she's vibing with, and then it leads everyone else to join in. They cause such a scene that Noah, who is like their leader penguin, and the rest of the council has to call, like notices it, and like they tell everyone to stop dancing because their dancing has offended the great Gwyn, and that has made all of their fish go away, and that's why everyone is starving,
Which is not true.
which is not true. Mumble says that's ridiculous. And he says it's because of the aliens that are outside, um, that are taking the fish away, but no one believes him. And so he's given the choice of renouncing his alien ways, um, and joining their belief of Gwyn.
Hmm.
Norma Jean stands up and says that he shouldn't go, but Memphis is like, you gotta renounce whatever's going on with you.
Hmm.
Um, and says finally that Mumble is weird because he dropped the egg when he was incubating it.
Yeah.
Um, Everyone is shocked, but Mumble decides to leave the colony. He's like, I'm good, uh, despite Norma Jean and Gloria wanting him to stay. The group then decides to go see Lovelace again to find a way to get the fish back. And when they go to see him, they find him choking on the plastic collar. And he admits that it got caught on him when he was swimming and goes to show him where he got it.
Yeah. And
They then
so
just,
he's literally dying, and they're like, "Let's go on an adventure."
yeah,
Like he
let's
can,
drag this poor penguin on this long journey.
like he can't even put out coherent sentences, and they're like,
No.
"Come with us to the
Right.
great
They're like,
beyond."
you need to show us where you got this. And he tells them where he
Hmm.
got it, and they're like, let's bring him anyway.
Yeah.
So they decide to travel over the mountain, and Gloria manages to catch up with them, and she says that she wants to stay with Mumble. Like that's her choice. She's picked Mumble. She wants to stay with him no matter what. But Mumble decides to he doesn't want her to be exiled like him, and decides to push her away and hurt her feelings so that she'll go back to the colony, and he can continue on his journey.
Hmm. Also, let's talk about how sprung Gloria is, because
Yes.
she literally followed him to however far away he went,
Mm-hmm.
and then when he was like, "If you come with me, like you won't be able to have a baby," and she essentially said, "Fuck a baby." It was like, "Let's
Yeah.
go."
Yeah. She's down bad for
Hmm.
Mumble.
I love that for her. We don't we don't
I know.
we don't see it. We don't see enough of that in children's media.
We don't. We don't.
Hmm.
And I love that, like, his argument was like, "You'll want a baby one day. I know you will." He's all like, "Your all your friends will have babies and you'll want one." She's like,
Nah.
"I've got you. It's fine."
It's like give it to baby.
Yeah, she's like, "I don't care about the baby." She's just like,
Give
"What
it
if
to
I never wanted to
baby.
be a mother anyway?"
It's like you still have your baby fur. Like we'll just deal with that.
Yeah. Yeah. You're still a baby, so
Yeah,
it's
I have a
fine. Don't
baby
worry
right
about it.
here.
Right. You're my baby.
Hmm.
And then it evolves from his parents calling each other mommy and daddy to him now being called baby
Baby.
by Gloria.
Hmm.
And the cycle continues.
Right before the grand performance of "I'm Your Baby Tonight" by Whitney Houston,
Yeah. Yes.
with a tap solo by Mumble.
Yes. What a great song. I'm your baby tonight. Okay. So after Gloria leaves, the group makes it to the elephant seals, where they are warned that if they go any further, they're going to run into like the cold fields and then the annihilators that crush you into food.
Hmm.
Um, Ramon and his crew kind of like give pause because they're like, I don't want to die. But Mumble's like determined. So him and Lovelace keep going and they follow. So they continue through the freezing winds and end up at a small town where Lovelace shows them the trash in the ocean and where he got the collar on. They're then chased by two killer whales that try to eat the group, and when Lovelace gets caught in the water, he gets caught on a bell from one of the buoys, and the collar is eventually ripped off when one of the whales like catch the end of the bell and his head comes slipping out.
Hmm.
Um, and they end up having the whales like hit each other and they escape. But right after they escape, they have to get out of the way of like I'm I'm gonna call it a container ship because I don't know what else to call it. It's one of
Yeah,
those really big ships.
yeah, we can call it that.
Okay, and they have to get out of the way. The group then goes up to a one of the highest peaks around, and they watch the ships go away, and everyone decides that their mission is over. Like they've seen what's going on. They'll go back and tell everybody what happened, and they'll clear Mumble's name. But
Yeah,
Mumble's like, nah, that ain't good enough for me.
he just has to
So
follow it.
yeah, he decides to follow it. He's all like, take care of my mom, tell Gloria that I love her, and I'm out. And so he goes and tries to catch up with the ships. And he tries to stop them from taking the fish at one point, but he's not able to.
Hmm.
So he ends up chasing them across the ocean and ends up on a beach where he is rescued.
Do y'all want to know where this man ends up? He ends up in Miami.
Yeah,
He
he's
swam
in
from
Florida.
Antarctica to Miami.
Yes. Actually insane.
There's no way.
There's no way. I know this man was determined, but
Hmm.
there's a limit. There is a limit. Mumble thinks he is dreaming when he wakes up and he finds himself back in what he thinks is the Arctic, but he is actually just part of an aquarium. where he sees the aliens through glass and begs them not to take their fish, but because he's a penguin, they don't understand what he's saying. He's just squawking.
Hmm.
After 3 months, Mumble starts to lose his mind and imagines that his family and friends are there with him. And he just spirals down into depression.
Yeah.
One day, a little girl catches his attention with her poking the glass, and he starts to dance to the beat and stops when she leaves. But when she comes back, he starts up again and causes everyone in the aquarium to come and watch him.
The AI people were very entranced.
Oh, yeah. They're literally calling people, telling
Yeah,
them to get to the aquarium to
taking
watch it.
photos, calling people, the whole shebang.
Oh, yeah. We go back to Mumble's colony, and he has somehow made his way back and explains that he knows for sure now that the aliens are taking the fish.
Yeah, how did he make his way back?
Right.
Like, I get that they, like, the humans, whatever, brought him
Tracked
back,
him.
but,
Yeah.
like, they just happened to drop him off in, like, an area of Antarctica where he was able to find Emperor Land.
Right. Right. Like did they just like get to Antarctica and then like the minute they get there they'll just shove him out there with the tracker and we're like I hope he makes it back to his
Hope he makes it
people.
back home.
Right.
Doesn't starve
Like
to death.
right, like I don't know anything about like penguins in their colony or whatever, but like what if they moved?
Yeah.
You know? And they're tracking this penguin and he shows up at an empty ice field.
Yeah,
Like I
because, like,
don't
how long was he gone? Like, a couple of
Yeah, cuz
months?
I don't know how long it took him to get to Miami, first of all. And then
Yeah.
we're given 3 months until he loses his mind, and then however long after that until he
Hmm.
got depression and started dancing,
And
and then
then,
however long it takes them to get back to Antarctica.
yeah. So let's be like conservative and say like 7, 8 months, but it's probably more
I
like a
was gonna
year.
I was gonna give it a year.
It's
Yeah. I
probably
was
more
gonna
like
give
a
it a year
year.
because technically he's been however long it took him to leave his colony to get to Lovelace and then Lovelace to the town.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been a year.
It might have been a year. Awful.
But anyway, Mumble speaks with Gloria and the other penguins, and everyone's like, "Here's the crazy guy again." Um, but then she notices the tracker that's on his back, and she's like, "What the heck is that?" And he
Hmm.
explains that his
He
dancing.
let himself get bugged.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's a black grandparent's worst nightmare.
Yes. And he says that the aliens like his dancing, and so if they dance, maybe they can convince the aliens to stop taking the fish. Um, and so the penguins start to dance, but Noah and the council show up and they're like, "Yo, no, not about it. Um, you got to stick with the teachings of Gwyn." And so they like try to oppose it by singing as the others are dancing. Um, while this is all happening, Norma Jean and Ramona and the boys find Mumble and take him to see Memphis, who's been in hiding because of his shame of what he's done.
Hmm.
But Mumble convinces him to keep dancing and singing because he's like, I don't have anything left in me. He's like, but he gets him out of it. A
Dads are so
helicopter.
dramatic.
Dads are very dramatic. I did one thing that was entirely my fault and kept it a secret for however many years, and now it's coming back to bite
Hmm.
me.
Yeah.
Only now am I ashamed. So a helicopter then shows up with the aliens, and it stuns everyone because whoop, aliens are real.
Hmm.
But they decide to dance, and even the Noah and the council start to dance. One of the aliens take a video, which sparks change all over the world to stop harvesting fish in the Arctic.
Humans would not stop fishing. I'm so
No,
sorry. They wouldn't.
no.
We can't even get like politicians to stop killing innocent civilians. So, like,
Right.
what makes you think that they're going to give a rat's ass about some penguins?
We can barely take care of ourselves in our own
Yeah,
countries.
and
So
and we think that they're going to stop a multi-billion-dollar fishing industry for some peng. I honestly, I don't even think they do fish near Antarctica, but like,
yeah,
even if they
even if they
did,
did.
they wouldn't stop.
Mm-mm. Nope. If there's money involved, you bet it's gonna keep going.
Hmm.
I love how you can hear one of the arguments when this whole thing is going on that they're because they aren't eating fish or because they aren't eating, that's why they're dancing and we're like harming the penguin colony. I'm like, I mean, that's a thought.
That's a thought. Maybe.
We can brainstorm some more, maybe.
Hmm.
Um, but eventually the fish return and the colony rejoices, and Gloria and Mumble like get together. It's not clear. Um, but they dance and sing, and that's the end of the movie.
That's the end of the movie. They're just okay now.
They're just okay now. Fish are back. No more problems.
Yeah. Humans have come to an understanding about harming wildlife, and the world is better now.
We are healed.
Hmm.
We're in a better place.
No one dies anymore.
Mm-mm.
There's no more wars. No hungry kids. Whatever else John Lennon
No.
said. Like, all
Peace.
that. Peace.
Peace. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Okay, are you ready for the movie facts?
Yes.
Okay, so Brittany Murphy, who plays Gloria, Hugh Jackman, who plays Memphis, Robin Williams, who's Ramon, and like a bunch of other characters, and Nicole
Yeah, I
Kidman,
noticed
who's
that.
Norma Jean.
In like the not the trailers. At the beginning, they were like listing everyone's name. Robin Williams' name came up like 3 times. I was like,
Yeah.
"What is happening?"
In the first wave, it's like Robin Williams as Ramon, and then later on, closer to like the actual beginning of the movie, it's like Robin Williams as Lovelace.
As Lovelace, I was like, "What?"
And they don't even mention the rest of the Penguin crew because he voices that whole crew.
He voices the entire group. That's funny. Okay,
They do all their own singing in this movie.
okay.
I love that you brought up the Prince song at the beginning because initially Prince refused to allow the use of his song "Kiss" for the film. However, after seeing footage of the film, he not only changed his mind and allowed the song to be used, but he also wrote an additional closing song for the credits, which is the Song of the Heart,
Okay.
um, which won him his only Golden Globe Award, and he received a Grammy nomination for it as well.
Good for him.
Right? Good for him. Thank you, Happy Feet. And my last movie fact: this film is dedicated to Steve Irwin, as this was his last film.
Steve Irwin's in this movie.
I think it was. I don't know if he was in it, but more like probably part of more like production, maybe. It didn't say in what role, but
Okay.
he was part of filming, so or quote unquote filming. Um. So yeah, this is his last film.
Was not aware he
All
was
right,
in other films.
I know.
Is
Maybe
he? In, is
maybe
he
I
in?
need to look into that.
Is he in other stuff?
Probably if it's including animals, I'm sure.
Okay. Good for him.
All right, Jordan. Here's the question:
Mm-hmm.
is this movie iconic?
I put no. It's an okay movie. I personally like the second one better,
Oh,
but
I
you
don't
know,
remember the second one, so I
I didn't
can't
remember this
say.
one.
Okay.
um, what happens in the second one? I think
I know.
they all get trapped inside of Emperorland. Like I think
Mm-mm.
Mumble's child accidentally like causes like an avalanche, and then they all get trapped.
Mm, mm,
And so Mumble and his child have to like go like bring fish and just like drop it down for everyone to eat so that they don't starve. And
mm,
then they like team up with, what are those things? Walruses and like
mm,
other penguins from like Ramon and his gangs
mm.
thing, so they can like push down enough snow to like build like a little bridge so they could all get out. And then yeah, and then
Oh,
the
okay.
humans come and they help to like, it's a whole thing.
Oh, the
Yeah,
aliens are back.
yeah, the aliens come back.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if this movie is iconic. I know it. I said it's a good movie.
Yeah,
I
it's a
don't know
good
if it's
movie.
iconic though.
I don't. Yeah.
There's a difference.
Also, Pink is in the second one, so like, duh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because unfortunately Brittany Murphy passed away, so they had to
yeah,
recast.
yeah. Rip. Sorry, girl. Okay, Jordan. What are your recommendations for this week?
I have three. My first one is "Be Alone" by Blixt. I think that's how you pronounce that person's name. I don't know.
Mm.
I have essentially just been using TikTok as a way to find new music.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff on there, so
Like that's what I've
I'll give you that.
essentially been using it for. And then like with this whole like universal music group thingy, it's been making it a
Oh
lot
yeah.
easier to find like new music.
Yes.
So yeah, I've personally been having a good time. So sorry for all those other people, but like I've been having a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
My second recommendation is "A Girl Like You" by Aaliyah featuring Trench. First off, that One in a Million album is excellent.
Hmm.
Peak R&B. Don't know what to tell you. But yeah, this is a good song. It's a like nice little like groovy, vibey song.
Love
Really
that.
enjoyable. And then my last recommendation is Creamalicious Ice Cream. Black owned
Oh,
recommendation.
the one,
Black
the
owned
one
ice
that
cream,
you.
guys. Really good.
Okay.
So backstory. I was on TikTok and I saw a video about some like banana pudding ice cream from Creamalicious.
Hmm.
And I was like, that sounds good. I kind of want to get it. And so I saw that they were selling it at Target, and I was like, cool. Like the next time I go to Target, I'll get that. Like I'll remember it. And
Yeah.
so they weren't even selling it in a lot of places, but like a Target near me kind of was selling it. And so I was like, cool, cool, cool. And so did that. So much fun. Um Yesterday I needed some pasta to like actual pasta so that I can like make the pasta. And so I go to Target and I'm like, I'll get that ice cream. I go on there, it's sold out.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, what are you talking about? But I saw that they had other flavors. I was like, you know what? They have like a peach cobbler flavor and a pound cake flavor. I'll get both of those. That sounds
Hmm.
pretty good. I tried the peach cobbler one. That's the only one I've tried so far. It was so
Hmm.
delicious. It's
Let's go.
I literally had to like put the top on, put it back in the freezer. I was like, I can't. I will eat all of this. It was so good. I can't wait to eat some more today.
I love that for you.
And then I can't wait to try the pound cake one.
Yeah, I think that one's gonna be good too.
Oh, I did it again. Um,
You did.
so I went on their website and I was like, what other flavors do they have? They have a lot of good, like, southern, like, dessert flavors. They have a red velvet one,
Ooh,
they have a pecan pie one, they
what's
have
it called
a
again?
creamalicious. They sell them at Targets,
And
or
I
at
was
least
literally there last night and I didn't look.
some Targets, because like a lot of Targets I looked at didn't have it,
Mm-hmm.
but
Oh
a
well,
couple.
yeah. I guess there's southern
It's a black owned business, so Black History Month,
stuff where they've
y'all.
got all the yeah. They
Um,
got creamers.
Yeah, I also saw they had coffee creamers, but I don't drink coffee, so
Mm.
if you get one of the creamers, let me know how it tastes. But yeah,
You
that's
didn't
it from
get banana pudding one?
that's the one I said I wanted to get, but it wasn't there, Kelly.
I'm
It's
sorry, my
sold
bad.
out.
Okay, but that brown sugar bourbon cake one, okay.
Yeah, that's another one I want to try.
That and the red velvet?
I quite literally want to try all of them, to be honest, but I only got two because they're kind of expensive. They're almost $6 a pint. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, let's be let's be a little conservative here. Like
Right.
we're cooking at home because we're trying to save money.
They have the brown sugar bourbon cake flavor as a coffee creamer.
Ooh, you should get it. You should get it.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, so that's it for me. What about you, Kelly?
Okay, so I have three recommendations. One of them is because I couldn't remember it last week.
Hmm. She wrote it down this
So
time, y'all.
I did write it down this
She
time.
wrote it
And
down.
and there was, and now I understand why I was confused about the name, because the show is called one thing, and then like in the show there's like a whole thing, but you say the name differently in the show. So I got confused. But anyway, it's a Japanese show, and it's called Vivant, like, or Vivint, something like that. It's a
Okay.
really good show. Really good action. I was I actually wanted to cry at one point. I did
Oh,
not know I was going to cry at one point, but yeah. I was moved. It's a really good show. It's 10 episodes. They're all like 45 to an hour long. But yeah, really good. My second recommendation is FYP Burn Book by Citizen Queen.
that's the one song on that album I don't really fuck with.
Really?
Yeah.
It came up on one of the Spotify like made playlists that I
Mhm.
was listening to at work, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
I literally skip it anytime I hear it.
I know, and I had to go back and check the recommendations, because I know you recommended the album,
Hmm.
or you know, and I was all like, I wonder if it was specifically FYP Burn Book or if it was just the whole thing. So yeah, I am specifically saying go check out Jordan's least favorite song,
Hmm. Yep.
FYP Burn Book. And my last recommendation is "You Don't Know Nothing" by Horizon, which is a
Okay.
small girl group from Australia. They got them vocals on this song, so it's basically a cappella. So if you want something good vocal wise, go check that out.
Okay. Sounds good. So thank you so much for listening. Um,
Thank you.
don't forget to follow us on our social media. We have a Twitter and an Instagram. They're both at SYTYI Podcast. Also, don't forget to send us your movie requests or your movie stories at our email, sytyipodcast@gmail.com. I probably should have mentioned earlier that like next week is Valentine's Day, so like it's kind of
Oh,
too late
who cares?
for you. I already have a movie. I already have a movie picked out. Sorry,
Yeah,
but maybe next year
yeah. We'll catch it one year.
we'll catch it one year. I will have the forethought to remember one year,
Okay,
maybe. Um,
maybe.
but yeah, send us a Black History movie request or something. I don't know. Um, let us know if you like this movie. Let us know if you like Happy Feet 2 better, like me. At our email, sytyipodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to share us with your friends and your family. Subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And rate and review us on Apple Podcasts with 5 stars.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone have a good week. Um, who do you... Today is the Grammys for us, Kelly.
Hmm.
Who do you think is going to be a big winner at the Grammys this year?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know who's up for
Um,
anything.
okay. I think Victoria Monet is taking it this
Mm,
year. I think she's going to be the most awarded. I need
Okay.
I need Coco Jones to get at least one Grammy. I need her to come home with at least
Ooh.
one Grammy. That's all I need, just one.
Yeah, she should.
Um, yeah, and then honestly, those are the only two people I care about. So I quite literally don't care
Okay.
who else wins. um, but yeah, so next week is the Super Bowl. Who do you think's gonna win, Kelly?
Woohoo! 49ers.
Okay, I quite literally don't care. But Usher's performing.
Yes, I should. Jordan will be watching for the halftime show.
Yeah, thank goodness it's a halftime show I care to watch this year. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes there are like people who I literally don't care.
Yeah, there's some that show up and I'm like, huh, interesting.
Like
Okay.
that year they had the Red Hot Chili Pepper. I was not watching.
I wasn't either.
I was like, oh, this is for the old heads, the ones who like enjoy football. Like I, this is not for me.
I am not the target audience for
I'm not
this.
the target audience, but it's okay. Whoever wins, good for you. Didn't the Chiefs literally win last year?
I have no idea, but I do know that the Chiefs and 49ers last played in 2020. So
Yeah, but I feel like the Chiefs won last year, and if they
they
did,
might have.
I will be rooting for the 49ers then because
They're the
no,
underdogs.
no, how dare you try to win twice in a row? Absolutely
Right.
not. But yeah,
That's just greedy.
it's greedy.
It
Like
was the Chiefs last year.
let the
Chiefs
40
versus the Eagles.
let the 49ers go to Disney World this time. Please.
Right. Let us go to Purdy and McCaffrey and Kittle need to go to they need to go to Disney World.
I
Okay.
don't know any of those names. I quite literally don't know who she's talking about.
Don't worry about it.
But I
Don't
agree
worry
with
about it.
her. Yeah,
Yes. That's all that matters.
that's all that matters. So yeah, everyone stay safe out there and stay iconic.
Stay iconic, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.